First at 5. From the University of Florida's College of Journalism and Communications, you're watching WUFT News.
The Florida Gators, the 1996 national champions.
The Gators have won the national championship. The Florida Gators have won the national championship. The game is over. They've done it. They've done it. They've done it. Back-to-back national championships.
Well, they've done it, and Mick Hubert was there to tell us all about it for 33 years. Welcome to WUFT News First at 5. I'm Megh Porterfield.
And I'm Brenna DeLong. Thanks for joining us for a special show honoring retiring Gator legend Mick Hubert. We're joined by our sports host, Jensen Young. Jensen, tell us about Mick's legendary career.
Yes, Mick Hubert has made some amazing calls throughout his time with the Gators. It seems like every Gator fan has a favorite. Let's take a look back at some of those iconic calls and Mick's thoughts on his time at Florida.
Busby dropping back, looking to throw, firing, and it will be intercepted. Oh my!
Oh my, what a ride. After 33 years as the voice of the Florida Gators, Mick Hubert is hanging up the headset. Over 400 Gator football games.
It's been blocked again, and the clock is going to run out, and the Gators have won the game. Have you seen everything now?
Over 1,000 basketball games.
And the Gators have won the game. The Gators have won the game.
And over 1,000 baseball games. The man behind the mic talked with WRUF's Steve Russell this afternoon to reminisce about his time with the Gators.
I've been in the booth for 33 years and so many SEC titles and national titles and great coaches, Hall of Famers and players, and, you know, what more can I achieve? And yet I went through this past year loving every game, and it was a tough year. I mean, football went tough, basketball went tough, and I enjoyed it. I loved it.
Former Gator basketball coach Billy Donovan spoke about what it meant to work with Mick Hubert and congratulated him on a great career.
One of the toughest things about leaving Florida, among many, was leaving Mick. I mean, 19 years together with just a great guy all the way around and a great friend.
If you want to catch his last game, check out the coverage of Gator baseball this weekend on SEC Network Plus. Mick and his wife Judy plan to spend their retirement years in Sarasota. She retired last year after a long career as a local kindergarten teacher.
Well, a UF alum and former Gator equipment manager for football and basketball knows almost all things pertaining to the Florida Gators. Bill Feinberg's home is outfitted with paraphernalia from past, present, and future. From helmets to dolls, autograph photos, and even a pool Albert and Alberta would love to sunbathe in. His driveway even includes the Florida F. Orange and blue have been running through his veins since 1961. He's able to recall the days before the Mick Hubert era and recounts the impact he had on Gator athletes and the Gator Nation during his tenure. Feinberg says that Mick Hubert will take nothing but memories with him after doing the calls for Florida for 33 years. He says it's his legacy as the face of the Gators that Hubert will leave behind.
He is a fantastic play-by-play guy, and he really puts tremendous effort into his calls. And I think he generates the excitement on the radio that you can feel coming. He is truly passionate about his play calling. And as a broadcast major myself back in the day, and I feel it. You feel it in your heart.
Feinberg says he was just as surprised by the announcement as the rest of the Gator Nation. He wishes Hubert well in his retirement as he continues to root for the Gators.
We'll have more about Mick Hubert's retirement later on. We'll check social media reactions, plus hear from longtime sports radio host Steve Russell. And at parts of the show, we'll hear more of those legendary calls.
Well, I know it's summer, but I feel like it's been especially hot lately.
I agree. It's so muggy out. Let's check in with WUFT's Julia Haley to see how long this intense heat will last.
Yes, we're looking at a hot and humid Friday evening Currently 87 degrees outside, seeing some of those cumulus clouds in sight. Feels like 90 degrees though, so it feels just a little bit warmer than what you're seeing outside. Temperatures sitting in the upper 80s and even the 90s for north central Florida. 81 for Ocala, 73 the Villages, 83 Palatka, 89 Stark, and even 94 Jacksonville. Once again, a very warm day. And for our hour by hour, starting this evening off in the 80s with those clouds rolling in, giving us the rain for the evening. Some showers you will be seeing throughout the rest of this evening and into tonight, and throughout the rest of the night, seeing those temperatures drop about 10 degrees. That rain chance still very much there. Back to the desk.
Thanks, Julia. Speaking of heat, the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration's forecast for summer calls for a whole lot of it, without much rain. On Thursday, NOAA predicted nearly the entire contiguous U.S. will see above average temperatures this summer. The combination of hotter weather and below average rainfall is expected to fuel the mega drought in much of the West and wildfires. The only area with above average precipitation probabilities is the Gulf Coast region and Florida.
A supply chain shortage of baby formula is raising concerns for mothers across the country, including here in Gainesville. WUFT's Emely Zuluaga explains how people are trying to cope.
The piercing cries of a hungry baby is something a mother knows too well. She will prepare a bottle in hopes her newborn will soon be burping on a full stomach. The closure of the Abbott production plant has led the nation into a crisis over the shortage of baby formula. Many mothers have turned to donor breast milk and local support groups to find alternative options. Due to the demand, the Mother's Milk Bank of Florida has partnered with hospitals statewide.
What used to be about 12 to 15 telephone calls in a week of families who were calling and either asking for donor human milk or offering donor human milk, we are now seeing 12 to 15 phone calls a day.
Facebook groups are notifying parents of restocks, sales, and trades of baby food. Here in Gainesville, mothers across the community are working together to purchase any remaining formula and donate it to those in need. With over 400 members in the group, these mothers have been able to deliver baby food daily to each other.
This is a real issue, so let's do that. So I'm just starting to pump and try to store extra and find whoever needs what I can produce.
Retailers nationwide reported supplies of baby formula out of stock at a rate of 43%.
You might see a whole shelf of like one brand of one type, but that one brand of one type might be for a toddler who can honestly eat solid foods most of the time, and that's just supplemental. Or it can be for preemies. They need a very special formula.
On Wednesday, President Biden invoked the Defense Production Act to address the shortage. Mission Operation Fly Formula is estimated to transport up to 1.5 million 8-ounce bottles of Aldamino and Gerber formula. But even with this, stores will not see an influx in stocks for weeks. Emely Zuluaga, WUFT News.
Experts caution against trying to make homemade formula from online recipes. They can result in nutritional imbalances that are unhealthy.
Well, the first funeral for a victim of the Buffalo, New York grocery store mass shooting was held Friday. Hayward Patterson was a 67-year-old father of 3. He served as a deacon at a Buffalo church and worked as a taxi driver. Patterson's nephew said he was waiting for passengers outside the supermarket Saturday when he was gunned down. The nephew said Patterson took pride in helping people, and if someone had little or no money, he would still give them a ride. The University of Florida held a vigil to honor the 10 lives lost. Faculty organized the candlelight vigil last night. The event featured a reading of the names of the lives lost and a performance by a local pastor. Well, even though summer semester is here, it seems the university community is still really present this summer.
I know, Meg. Coming up after the break, we'll have more local reactions to Hubert's departure. Stick around.
You're watching WUFT-TV News.
That's it. The final play of the game. And the Gators have won the national championship. The Florida Gators, the 1996 national champions. Round 2 on the Bayou goes to the Gators.
Welcome back to our special show honoring the career of Mick Hubert. Mick Hubert's fans know him as the voice of the Gators. The 68-year-old's voice is so impactful that social media is flooded with comments about his retirement. His fans are taking to Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook to discuss the news. Many are disappointed Hubert's career is coming to an end. Some are saying the program simply won't be the same without him. Others say he's the greatest voice in Gator sports. Hubert said he's excited about living a different life post-retirement.
Well, new changes to property owners' insurance may soon be coming. WUFT's Maria Victoria Camacho tells us what changes we should expect.
The legislature will hold a special session on Monday to discuss property insurance, reinsurance, and change to the Florida Building Code. That comes after Governor Ron DeSantis issues a proclamation. The goal of this session is to enhance the affordability of property insurance. The session will end just before midnight Friday. WFT News will be in Tallahassee covering the special session and brings to you the updates, including how quickly homeowners could see relief. In the newsroom, Maria Victoria Camacho, WFT News.
As the nation celebrated Global Accessibility Awareness Day, Alachua County Fire Rescue celebrated its commitment to accessibility for special needs and pediatric patients. The rescue trucks now include toolkits to facilitate more effective communication and provide a healthy distraction for patients who receive treatment. Namely, the kits come with communication cards in English and Spanish to help explain procedures to younger patients that may not understand to ease their ambulance visits. Health and Safety Captain Sarah Weed let us see the kits up close. She says these additions help patients remain calm and makes treatment easier for the caregivers and providers.
I'm hoping for our providers that I can make them a little less stressed and a lot more confident. If I could just make one provider's job easier, it's a good day. As far as the pediatrics, I just want them to know that we're here to help and to make it easier on the parents as well.
The team trained with the kits and is already using the kits in the field.
May is almost gone, but the threat of wildfires continues to linger throughout this season. In the Sunshine State, wildfire season happens to last year-round. However, the Florida Forest Service reports spring is the primary time of the year when the state has to watch out for wildfires. Now, that's because it's the driest and windiest time of the year. We're told the key reason for wildfires in the state is escape yard debris burn. That means people are the reason why the worst of the fires start. This year, the service hopes the continued awareness and education will help eliminate the unnecessary burns. There are times for necessary burns that help the environment.
Fire is just a part of living in Florida, whether it's a prescribed burn or a wildfire. And what we ask people is for their patience and their understanding while either we're containing these wildfires or conducting prescribed burns.
Florida conducts the most prescribed burns in the nation. According to the Florida Forest Service, Georgia comes in second. This service reports California is looking to Florida's example to help contain and control its wildfire season. Prescribed burns diminish the rate of wildfires.
Showers are approaching the Sunshine State this weekend. Will it affect your weekend plans? I'm Julia Haley with your full breakdown in a few minutes.
You're watching WUFT-TV News.
Welcome to a muggy Friday evening as these gray skies are popping up outside of our studio. Currently seeing all of these cumulus clouds arriving to our area as we do have a chance for rain later this evening. Currently 87 degrees, but feels a little bit warmer, feels like 91 degrees. Of course, that sun shining through for the rest of this evening. And temperatures right now a little bit above average for this time of year, sitting in the 80s and even the 90s. 90s, a little bit above average. 81 Ocala, 75 the Village is, 84 Daytona, 84 Palatka, 87 St. Augustine, and wow, 94 Jacksonville. A very hot day. And just to reinforce that a little bit more, our heat index showing what it feels like outside, feels like 86 in Ocala, feels like 86 in Palatka as well. 91 is what it feels like here in Gainesville, 90 Lake City, and 93 for Jacksonville. Once again, a very hot, humid, and muggy day. And that humidity is going to be giving us some rain later this evening. Some showers appearing in our area as those temperatures drop about 10 degrees by the time you wake up tomorrow morning. And those showers looking to last into the weekend as well. So for our Saturday schedule, looking for that rain, those showers are going to stay. Temperatures staying in the mid-80s, and for Sunday, expect that normal Florida afternoon shower around 3 p.m. mid-afternoon, sitting in the high 80s, above average for this time of year. And for the rest of the week, bringing on the heat as we're seeing those above average temperatures stay for the rest of the week. And that's all because this ridge is bringing in some warm temperatures to our area as this air mass, this warm air mass brings in those temperatures rising into even the 90s. Once again, very high for this time of year. That jet stream not even touching anywhere close to us here in Florida, giving us those summer-like temperatures. And onto our muggy meter, seeing those muggy temperatures, muggy weather, muggy conditions for Friday, giving us those humid conditions. Saturday and Sunday, a little bit sweltering, meaning that you should feel a little bit sweaty when you walk outside. Definitely a hot day, and with that rain as well, definitely a day to look out for. Bring your umbrellas with you, and for the rest of the week, expect to get a little bit less humid. And onto our 6-day outlook, seeing that rain for the rest of the week, those temperatures staying in the 90s. Back to you.
Thanks, Julia. Our special coverage of Mick Hubert's retirement continues in just a moment.
When we come back, ESPN Gainesville's Steve Russell reflects on the legacy of the man who has been the voice of the Gators for more than 3 decades.
Snap, the kick, it's been blocked again! Oh my! It's been blocked again! And the clock is going to run out! And the Gators have won the game! Oh my! The play of the day! Have you seen everything now? They blocked 3 kicks today, and they've won the game! Oh my! Unbelievable!
You're watching WUFT-TV News.
They show the blitz, they hand it to Taylor, and Taylor's got a first down to the FSU secondary. Fred Taylor to the 50, he could go all the way. 30, 20, run, Fred, run, 10, 5, touchdown! Oh my! Fred Taylor, longest run of his career, 61-yard touchdown, and the Gators have gone back in front.
Another great call from Mick Hubert, who's retiring after working 33 years as the voice of the Gators. Welcome back to sports. I'm Jensen Young. We're paying tribute to Mick Hubert's legacy, and fans are remembering his signature calls, while pros are remembering his preparation and performance. ESPN Gainesville's Steve Russell has worked at the University of Florida since 1998. Like any sports fanatic at UF, Russell knows his colleague Mick Hubert's "oh my" like the back of his hand. Russell handles play-by-play and color commentary for several Gator sports. He's worked with Hubert directly as an analyst on Gator baseball broadcasts. Russell opened his Friday episode of his daily radio show, Sports Scene, with a conversation with both Hubert and former Gator basketball head coach Billy Donovan. Hubert is a 2-time Emmy winner and a member of the Florida Sports Hall of Fame. He has called national championship wins for the Gators in football, men's basketball, and baseball.
The most important thing for Mick, to me, he's an icon. I mean, if you're a Gator fan, when you do something for 33 years and you relate to one university, that's a pretty cool thing, and he deserves every accolade he gets.
Gator Nation can watch ESPN Plus and hear Mick Hubert for the final time this Saturday, weather permitting. Last time, the Gators won big, scoring 14 runs. The Gators have now reached 100 home runs for the season. There are just 2 games left in the series before the focus turns to the SEC tournament. Gator softball is hosting an NCAA regional, and play is underway. The Gators are leading Canisius College 1-0 at the bottom of the 2nd inning. In the earlier game, Georgia Tech beat Wisconsin 2-1. The winners are scheduled to play tomorrow at 3. The Florida lacrosse season ends in the NCAA tournament with the Gators running into a buzzsaw in Maryland. Maryland built an early 6-3 lead and poured it on more later. Florida head coach Amanda O'Leary gave Maryland credit for executing their game plan. There were several penalties and one woman up situations that led to goals. Maryland had a 7-0 run at one point and scored the last 3 goals of the game to win 18-5. But the ESPN commentators agreed with Coach O'Leary that the Gators are young and should be back. The season has come to a close for the defending national champion Gator men's tennis team. The Gators lost to Virginia 4-1 last night in the quarterfinals of the NCAA championship. Florida had a lot of individual success, however, as 3 players received All-SEC honors. Sam Reifus, Duarte Vale, and Andy Andrade made first-team All-SEC. The season is not fully over, however, as the focus will move to the individual championships starting on Monday.
Well, Brenna, I think all this Mick Hubert coverage has been great.
Everyone here wishes him well in retirement. Now let's finish this Friday with a little entertainment news.
Hi, I'm Ariana Psarakos, and this entertainment time with me, Ariana. Get ready to shake it off and learn about a new Marvel series. It looks like NYU had a special guest speaker for their class of 2022 commencement ceremony. I don't know about you, but I'm feeling 22. Did you guess who it is? It's Taylor Swift. The global pop phenomenon was honored with an honorary degree in fine arts. Swift joins Oprah Winfrey, Dolly Parton, and Jimmy Fallon among celebrities with honorary degrees.
Let's just keep dancing like we're the class of 22.
Disney Plus released the first trailer for an up-and-coming Marvel series. The series is called She-Hulk Attorney at Law, starring Tatiana Maslany.
Bruce, kind of feels like if I don't transform, I'm gonna die.
Yes, yes, yes. No, no.
The series is going to be 9 episodes and is expected to debut August 17th. I'm Ariana Psarakos, and that wraps up today's dose of entertainment news. Hope to see you next time.
Before we go, one last check on the weather.
Here's Julia Haley.
If you're going to the Florida baseball game tonight, you may want to bring an umbrella with you, as those showers will start this evening and those temperatures will cool down with those lows in the upper 60s. Overall, looking at a rainy rest of our week, seeing Saturday onward, that rain persisting, giving us some of those iconic Florida showers, as well as some high temperatures higher than average for this time of year. Seeing those highs in the 90s for majority of the week and those lows currently sitting in the upper 60s, giving us a rainy rest of our week with some humid conditions ahead. Back to you.
Thanks, Julia. BBC World News is next, and the PBS News Hour is coming up at 7.
But remember, your Florida news is always on at WUFT.org. Have a good night.